Hey folks, it's Dr. Mike for Renaissance Periodization, and today's weekly tip is that sugar is fine. It's 100% fine for you to eat sugar. But hold on a second, sugar is supposed to be bad for you, so you need to reduce it. You got to cut that sugar out. If you have any fitness followers or friends in the social media, and you post any beverage or any food containing sugar, at least one, it's like a rule of the universe. At least one, probably like 900 people are going to go on there, and they're like, hey man, you watching your sugar content? That's like a nice one. Usually people go straight to the conspiracy. We're like, I see Big Sugar has bought you out. Shill. All of you influencers are shills. I'm still waiting for my shill paycheck. God damn it, I haven't seen that shit in years. Ever. Here's the thing. We have a huge but before you jump off the sugar bandwagon here. There is no link between sugar and weight gain in calorie-controlled diets. When diets are controlled for calories, sugar doesn't magically make you put on weight. They can feed you and have, in laboratory settings, a diet of the majority of the diet is sugar, some essential fats, some essential amount of protein, and people lose essentially the identical amount of weight and fat and get healthy just like they would with any other macronutrient as long as the basic amount of fats and carbs and proteins is set in stone. First of all. Second of all, people talk about sugar like it's the devil, and they're usually forgetting that fructose is a sugar. So one thing they'll say is like, sugar spike your insulin, like, and how glycemic is fructose? And they don't know. They're usually like, very. Look it up. They look it up. Fructose is unbelievably low GI. An orange has a glycemic index of like 30. That is substantially slower digesting than whole grain pasta, brown rice, oatmeal, and sweet potatoes. The same people that'll eat sweet potatoes and be like, keep the blood sugar fucking normal, bro. I don't want fucking diabetes. They look at a fruit like an orange, which is slower digesting, and so are apples, and so are pears, by the way, in almost every case. And they'll go, what are you crazy? Like, no, you're crazy, dummy. Next point. There is no link between sugar consumption and health as long as calories are not excessive, you're meeting your protein and fat needs, and the diet is mostly healthy, unprocessed foods. That's why, like, if you see marathon runners who are like just like at a dinner party and you can see their abs through their shirt and their face is sunken in Willem Dafoe style, and they're having like an orange juice, I'm not exactly running over there to swap the shit out of their hands and be like, you're gonna get diabetes. It's not a thing. It's not a problem. Sugar is not a poison. What is a little poisonous is when you layer in super tasty sugars, super tasty fats, super tasty starches, and a bunch of spices and salt, and you make that into junk food. And even that's not unhealthy for you. It's the fact that junk food is so tasty that people tend to overeat it. They overeat their calories, then they gain weight, and then they get all the bad things. But it's not the sugar per se, not nearly at all, not even close. So if sugary foods make you eat more, and it's usually not going to be sugary, it's going to be junk foods, like if they make you overeat chronically, eat fewer of them. Or switch to sugary foods that don't make you overeat. I never met a motherfucker in my life who's like, yeah, man, had to fucking, I can't even say this without joking, without laughing. Hey, man, fucking oranges, man. Too many oranges and blowing up. Waistline's all out of control. Too many apple slices. What? That doesn't happen, right? Too many Twinkies for sure. But again, that's sugar, fat, and amazing taste layered into something you just keep eating. So as if sugary foods really tick you off, fine, don't eat them. Just shut up about telling other people not to eat them. And there's maybe a lot of sugary foods like fresh fruits that you can eat up to your ears and not have a problem with. Next is if you're eating too little protein and too little fat, then maybe you can reduce your sugary intake because you're like eating so many fruits. You just reduce your fruit intake and raise your protein and fats to accommodate. And also, like if you're eating a bunch of fruit snacks and juices, your fiber might be low. So again, if you stick to mostly healthy sources, a bit of sugar here, tons of sugar in the healthy sources is totally fine, mostly unprocessed stuff. And then sugar added to that is totally fine as long as you don't go over your calories. Otherwise, sugar away. Eat all the sugar you want as long as you're meeting your proteins, carbs, fats, fiber, stuff like that, as long as most of your diet is healthy, as long as sugar doesn't make you gain a ton of weight magically, which almost certainly doesn't. Eat up all the sugar you like. Fresh fruits are amazing. They're super healthy. I'm not bought by Big Fruit. I would gladly be a lobbyist for Big Fruit. I look at my telephone and they haven't called yet. And some candy and like workout window sugar subs like Gatorade and stuff, they're totally fine. Like I've been to gyms a bunch drinking a Gatorade and people are like, really, sugar? I'm like, yes, sugar. Learn biochemistry. And then I go, and I have the fangs. what is that noise that vampires make? It's like blah, blah. Is it blood? Is that what they're saying? Jared Feather and I had a debate that lasted 1 hour. It was friendly interaction where we were trying to look up what it is they said and YouTube videos, and we never found an answer. Do you know what vampires say? Please let us know in the comments. See you next week.